Welcome, Divine Masculine Emperors. I'm Key. We're now in the Akashic Records Library. So, this is the expedition for Emperors, Divine Masculines, embodying the Emperor. And what is that entitled? And what is that? How to experience that and how to embody that. Most likely, how to really embody that. What does that really mean? So, we're going to really look at that today. So, Emperor. When it comes to divine feminine, we just to give a snippet, because like the divine feminine is a mirror of you. So, divine feminine wants to show that her heart is open and that the things that she wants to say, she's really thinking about it in her mind. Um, Maybe because before when speaking, it could have went to the left or went to the right. It just wasn't. It just didn't feel right for both you and her. But no matter what, she's working on herself on how to feel more safe in how she speaks, and to see that the way she speaks and how she shows herself matches what she truly thinks, where it doesn't feel like what they say what you mean and mean what you say, where it feels equal to her. When it comes to divine masculines, as an emperor, you're seeing that right now you're being guided to listen to your gut. You're being guided to listen to your gut instincts. We have two brains, our mind and our physical gut. Our gut does not steer us wrong. Every time we listen to our gut, it goes well for us. Every time we do not listen to our gut, it it just becomes gruesome on how we can even go back and we'll look like, wow, if I had just listened to my gut. It's that type of feeling. Now, rather than second guess your gut or second guess your instincts or even second guess your intuition, you're not doing that anymore. You're being guided to really practice using your gut instincts right now. When it comes to your mind is made up. I mean, it's up in your mind. It is no longer conflicted. It's now on how to move in that direction. So, as an emperor, when it comes to your empire, you're looking at how you build your foundations. When making your foundations, how did it make you feel like an emperor, and how you felt empowered? Like when you have your bills paid, how did that make you feel? When you know you had a roof over your head, how did that make you feel? When it came to your keys, like knowing you have a keys to your apartment or keys to your car, whatever. It's two ways we could look at it as a masculine: your actual home or your vehicle. I'm getting these two examples for a reason. We're gonna see where this is going. But oh, okay, I can understand that now. Guardian Angels gave me a guidance on how this to be looked at like that. Whereas, wow, like a nest egg. How do you get the ladies? How do we track the ladies, fellas? Either the clothes you wear, the home you have, or the car you drive. It is okay. Car you drive and the income you make. So it's usually those four aspects for men that women do look at. Honestly, I'm a feminist, so I can honestly speak like this. We do look at as a divine, or just as a female in general. Even when it comes to our male friends, we look at, do they have a home? We look at, do they have a car? We look at, or do they have any way of traveling? Whether it be a car, do they have a metro card? Are they taking a bus? Are they taking taxis? Um, when it comes to their physical code or their physical appearance, how do they dress themselves? Pretty much tells a female, the way people may see you professionally, it's, again, you know how some jobs, they give me a flash in my mind's eye in our pineal gland. Everybody has a pineal gland. Our pineal gland is like a physical, or yeah, it's like a picture that we can see in our mind without even seeing it in front of us. So a picture is coming to me where when you have a job, what's the first thing they ask you? Or what's the first thing they tell you? The attire, right? Where, oh, it's casual wear. Or it has to be, what do they call it? Either conservative, casual, or classy. You know, it's somewhere, it's like a category tells you what kind of dress code. So if it's casual, like jeans, sneakers, and shirt, but it depends on what kind of casual wear. So again, even asking when going on an interview, like, what is casual wear for the business? Oh, slacks and a white shirt, or khakis and yeah, a white shirt. Like, it's something where it's kind of like a uniform. Like the casual even has a uniform to it. It's the same thing when it comes to the cars. Like the cars drove in, or if you have a car as masculine, it doesn't have to be a brand name car. Like, even knowing that you have a car shows that you are responsible, that you, to have a car, what do you have to do? You have to pay for insurance for a car. You also have to pay down payment to keep the car if you didn't pay for the whole thing. And if you did, it also shows that you know how to use your credit score to get a best deal. So that kind of shows your character without you saying anything. Even your home, it's the same way. As an emperor, you notice that the things that you do focus on when it comes to your home, when it comes to your vehicle, when it comes to your, if you have a vehicle, when it comes to your physical appearance, when it comes to even how you handle your finances, this, you know, innately attracts the opposite sex. It shows in its own way how you build your foundation, masculine, that you are showing that you are tenderhearted. How? Because just like a car, what do? A man's car is like a female. I've never seen a male friend of mine that had a male name for their car. They usually, even if it's a motorcycle or any type of vehicle, they usually have a female name. So what do all masculines do with their car? They wash it. They clean it. They don't just wash the outside because it's easier. No, they wash the inside of their car. Then you find out, I was very impressed to see that when washing a car, what kind of products did they use to clean the interior side of their car. I was like, what? That's what you have to pay to wash the inside of your car? It showed the feminine energy. So masculine, if you're wondering how the ladies love cars, it's not just the purchase of the car, it's how you not just wait on it, but how you maintain it. So again, that shows that you're empathetic, patient at this time. You're very loving. You're seeing that relationships that you're starting to make firm right now is going to develop to a whole new level. You're starting to have trust in your intuitions. Again, look at that. You're using your gut instincts. Hey, how you doing? Yes, you're using your gut instincts right now to guide you, masculines, or those that are watching. That when we keep things that we physically want up, and I didn't think this was true, that it took me now, and I'm 35, to really notice that what we keep up shows exactly anyone that comes in our way, how we would keep up ourselves and how we would keep up a relationship. Wow, that's deep. So caring for yourself right now, masculine, is going to show others actually how to really care for you. So again, just by example, washing your car. If I really care or love you the way a person would love the divine masculine, and this doesn't have to be romantic, it's just on from one comrade to another, is depending on how you wash your car. If I really care, I would buy the same liquids that you use to wash your car, because it's just like a floor. depending on the floor, if it's wooden floors, you can't just put any type of liquid on the floor. It can damage it. You might have to put gloss, or what kind of gloss. This all gives detail of, again, the way you cater to yourself is the way you deal with courtships and partnerships, honestly, divine masculines. What you've been thinking about recently is the connections you have with others. So, right now, masculines, if you've been getting out of a real hard time at this moment when it comes to connections with divine feminine right now, or just with yourself, you're seeing like, rather than blame yourself, you're really looking at, if that's even, wow, I'm getting my mind's eye again for you guys, divine masculines. This is what I do as a divine feminine. I've been doing this for the past 4 days, actually. Is the things I would want to have communicated with the divine masculine, I just talk. It's like you're in your room when nobody's watching you, listen to music or whatever the case may be. And you know how you just talk to yourself to just think about what's been going on with yourself. Like if you don't have anybody around you, you don't have any friend to talk to the way you really want to talk to masculines, the best thing you could do that's healthy is talk out loud to yourself. Nobody around you in your room. That's a full fire situation. That's your home. That's your sanctuary, right? No one can invade your space, not unless you allow them to. So when you're in your room or a place where it's very quiet for you, speak out loud on what you wanted to really clear the air on. And the more you really clear the air on these things, the more you'll come to your own conclusion on why it didn't work out and what are the things that could be worked on. So when you do meet with the divine feminine, rather than feeling, again, because what you want to say, your head and your mouth want to say it, but it's being stuck. It's like your crown chakra and your throat chakra is like, it's not closed up, but it's open, but not all the way. So it just feels like sure, but not sure. So you want to feel sure about it. So what is the one thing we do? Again, their ancestors, guardian angels, God is flashing this in my head again. You know how when you're in English class or any place like a debate class or a place where you can voice out your opinions, when you're in class, you notice how in those subjects or those curriculums, from you talking about exactly what's on your mind off the bat, you get the answers. It's like that. So it's like, imagine your room as your own classroom, as your own sanctuary. You the priest in there. You're I don't know what they give me this image. You know how, I don't know if people go to church or not, but I'm quite sure you see it in the movies, right? Where to confess, they go into a room where they confess what's been going on with them, and just getting the repentance that they need. Imagine your room is a place where you could confess it out loud to yourself and you get the answers. That's going to show you, when it comes to holding on to a connection, what's worth fighting for and what's worth letting go. And it's not to say that we won't get when it comes to divine feminine, like you won't get her back, but it's like, when leaving her alone to focus on yourself, is that really you dismissing her, saying I won't be with her? Nah, it's like saying, again, if you notice, masculines, I'm now noticing this now. Everything is in four. So how you build your fort, how you build your foundation, how you hold on to your foundation is in sync to how you build your empire. So again, you know that if this is truly divine, your divine feminine is not going anywhere, because she's a mirror of you. The very things that you're doing right now, masculine, is the very thing she's doing, this in her own energy, but it's still the same. She still has to do the same exact thing that you're doing. When it comes to, it's just done differently based on, again, the energy. So when it comes to what you want to fight for, what you want to hold on to, is it truly in sync with you? So let's see what that is. Okay? For Earth, for the divine masculines, Queen of Water. Divine masculines, Queen of Water. Okay. Divine Emperor, Divine Masculine, Divine Emperor is the same man. I'm just saying it in two ways. That's how I see men, just like I see women. I see women as divine feminines, yes, but I see her also as a divine empress. Same thing for you guys, okay? Wow. Extra one would come out. We read that for later, okay? So let's see. Wow. Just like divine feminine, again, mirror. You are the star. When you take care of home, wow, y'all have to really put that in my head. Um, I don't know if it is. I don't know if she sings it like that. Janet Jackson. Dun, dun, dun. I know that's the beat. Oh, doesn't matter what your friends tell you. Doesn't matter what your things go through. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to put that on there for divine masculines. Hold on, let me write that down. Because I had to do that for the divine feminists. They had two songs that, oh, I get to tell you guys. For divine feminine, they had Maxwell Fortunate and Prince. I really adore you. For you, masculines, I see so far that y'all have Doesn't Matter by Janet. Oh, wow. Doesn't matter. Those lyrics, when you listen to it, it does make sense because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The only thing that does matter is how you want to do things, divine masculine. You are the emperor. You are the man. Whatever you say does go. And now knowing how you say it is going to feel more confirmational to you. Again, by you talking it out to yourself. You could just be watching this just to watch it to give you some type of, at least some area. But on your own, divine masculine, this you talking it out. Imagine you sitting in your room and across from you, even though you don't see her, the divine feminine is right there. Everything you want to say, everything that you want to do in your life, everything that you want to tackle down in your life, and how the connection may have been confusion. The things you really want to tell her that you really couldn't tell her face, that's the perfect time to say it when you're alone. It's like, again, practicing. Practicing makes perfect. When you're doing that divine masculine, happy times. You're making positive, optimistic, long-term plans because you know in the long haul, the things you start now are going to be the very things that's going to make you sustainable and successful. Because you got an empire to build. You got an empire to build and to know why you're building it. This is your oasis. This is your safe haven. So make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path, divine masculines. And what you want, wow! Again, divine masculines. Whenever you get a chance, look at divine feminist expedition. Literally mirror image. Cannot make this up. They have the 10 of water, you get the 10 of earth. Water and earth goes together. Earth's opposite sign is water. So divine feminists have the 10 of water, which is they are now completing what it means to have a family life. What does it mean to have a happy family life? What does it mean to have their home feel like heaven to them? Feel like home to them and not just a place they rest in their head. They now are really taking into note how they want to rearrange that. When feminists are doing it, masculines, guess what you're doing? You're tending to the same concept, but you're putting energy and effort. So, say you're looking for an apartment, and you know, as an emperor, as a man, you want to live on your own because no one can tell you what to do but you when you're in your own apartment, when you're in your own home. I don't care if it's again, some maybe again, another home, another way of looking at a home is a car. So I'm getting this flash. Some men, masculines, could be in their car right now, trying to find an actual residence, and they don't want to go to a woman to have a place to rest their head while they stack up on their money. I mean, that would be the most logical thing I've seen happen as a divine feminine. But as a also as a divine feminine, also watch men do that and then found a way, even if that meant going into a shelter or going into what they call it, those motels. Every community has a motel, a hotel. I can't say Holiday Inn because it depends on where you're at, right? But it's some places that have like a bed and breakfast or have like places where they usually rent out um, a room. Before doing that, divine master is looking at, well, how can I show that I'm taking care of my empire? First, scouting to see what kind of empire you looking for, what kind of apartment are you looking for. Right now, divine masculine is one of your energies is looking at your apartment. Is this, if you have a physical apartment, is it the right taste for you? Meaning, the furniture, the appliances, the amenities, is it up to your part, or does it need an update? If so, rather than just throw it in the trash, like I told Divine Feminine, put everything that you're not using anymore, put them in bags, because it's somewhere that another person can use what you have. So, like sorting out sneakers. If it's old sneakers you don't use anymore, you can't fit anymore. Rather than throw them in the trash, you can either give it to charities and stuff of that nature. Again, females look at the physical, right? So, say I don't know what it is. They give me another flash. Mine, Gaia, our guardian angels are right here with us. They're showing me, you know how some sneakers or some shoe companies, if you return the shoes, they give you brand new shoes. I don't know if that's still true or not, but like seeing how whatever you used to wear, if you return them, can you get the upgraded version of it? It's making me think of that. Say for instance, you're still throwing away stuff, but you already know that part already, right, masculines? Then they're also making me look at how you look at money to make it flip for you. So, well, can I ask you something, Rich?
Yeah.
Or Ra? As a man, right? You know how when they have sneakers, is it some sneaker companies where if you return them, you could get new sneakers?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about apartments? Like, if a guy wanted to get an apartment, what can he do? Like, could he just, does he have to automatically go into a shelter, or can he look
For the
around?
best,
Yeah,
you gotta go to that shelter.
there's no way around it.
No way around it. The best way is the shelter.
If not, then
Otherwise, you just save up your money, find somebody, find all these real estate agents and housing companies, but they're gonna make you go crazy. They're gonna make you pay a pretty high price.
okay. So, if they, you know how on I think 154th, they have like a hotel, but it's like a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
They usually rent out rooms. Like if looking at renting out rooms would be the best interest for a person, or if not for a man, you want your own, right?
I mean, you want to start from somewhere. If you need an immediate place, you might as well go to the room thing. But that's money. That's gonna be like 150 to 125 a week. That's times 4. So that's how much you spend. You're going to spend $500-600 a month on rent, and then if you can afford it, especially if you're paying some crazy shit.
Before.
Before that, it depends on how much you're paying.
Okay.
People like, it's an easy way and a hard way, and sometimes it's like, okay, what are you going to do? How much effort are you going to put into it? You got to put the work in, no matter what you do.
Okay, and I was just okay. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Right now, just like I was telling Divine Feminists, they have to put in the work too. It's not like what they want. You wake up and you want your apartment or your house to look a certain way. It's like, yes, but now they have to put in the physical work. That means they have to take out clothes they can't wear, shoes that don't fit them, all types of stuff, and give it to charity. And what you're doing about right now, Divine Masculine, but I'm just hearing from another Divine Masculine, my brother, that y'all might, again, I felt that earlier with you guys, that even though y'all experiencing the same things, how y'all go about it would be different. Meaning, you, as a man, I can only imagine, you probably want physically just your own and not have to rely on just a room. So, sometimes going into a shelter. And again, by clearing out things that don't serve you, again, even going to a shelter, what's the first thing they ask you? And again, check the Divine Feminist. I was in the shelter before I even got this apartment back. and it took me 2 weeks to get my apartment back. But I'm not gonna lie, that whole 2 weeks was like I had to have straight trust and faith, and I was still crying and not sure. And I could be very strong and have the willpower very strong, but even then I was still like, God, you know my heart, you know I got faith and trust, but you know I feel a little certain. I feel, I'm not sure. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you, God. I don't know why. You know why, but I'm just coming to you. Did I feel good going to a shelter? No. And even though I'm a female and society makes it look like females is a little bit more empathetic for them, it doesn't feel good. We feel like the masculines. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. But it was my only way. I didn't want to go to one family house to another, and like a divine masculine said, had to still bring up that money for a spot that's really not my home. It's somebody else's home, which I'm grateful to rest my head at, but at the same time, was it really helping me? I still had to go to shelter to figure how to really get my own home. It's nothing better than walking in your own home naked, coming in at the time you please, right, masculine? So if that means making a tough decision on how, what action I'm gonna do right now, it's really gonna work out for me. And if that means going into a shelter if you don't have a physical home yet, do that, because these organizations, they have organizations. You're an empire. You're an organization yourself. You're a walking organization. Your organization as an empire, you're just going to another organization to get exactly what you need if it came down to it. Because the organization, they get money to find you a home. They can't work. They can't get their 10 of earth if they don't get you your 10 of earth. Divine masculine. So a lot of shelters will tell you, they'll give you waivers to get your apartment faster. They'll, especially if you're working and you just need an actual place, but you again don't have the proper. We all don't have that much to go get a realtor. We just want an apartment, or if you're looking for an actual house, it's like, do you want to start paying mortgages and water bills and all that stuff first, or do you want to build up your income? So it might be where you once lived in a house and now you might think about living in a condominium or an apartment. It's still a home, because I've seen a lot of people's apartments look like an actual house and people's houses look like they're in apartments. So again, it's all about appearance. So let's continue. You're seeing that you are looking at what does it mean to have a very happy family life, divine masculines. You're seeing that financial security is not everything, but it does help with how to build a foundation. Again, when you clear out things like sneakers and clothes that don't serve you, or when say you're moving out of a place to get a new place, do you still need the same furniture? Do you still need the same clothes? Or do you want to have, some things you could keep, and then a lot of them you could leave alone or give to charity? You had to spend money, masculines, on the things that you're giving away. So if you think that no one else would need your sneakers or need your clothes or need your amenities, it's somebody out there in the world that's going to need it. From you blessing them, that's God showing you that God's going to bless you back in its own way, shape, or fashion. I kid you not. I have trust and faith in it. I have experienced it in more ways than one. And I'm going to tell you, I have cried and been on my knees saying how thankful and gratitude I was to tough it out by being in the shelter for 2 weeks. And then when I got my apartment back, I felt so much thankful for that. So you're seeing the magic in the little things in life right now. Why? Because, wow, oh my God. Yeah, mirror image of the divine feminine. They also got this one too. From you tending to your family life, or what that truly means to you, divine masculine, you are recognizing the king of earth. You're seeing how mature you have come in the way you are showing your generosity, that you're seeing that you are responsible in everything that you do, not just in one aspect, in everything that you do. You're very professional and practical. When people look at you, the things that you're going through that's been causing you stress and havoc in your life, and you coming out as the king of earth, all rosy, like you got the rainbow at the end of the tunnel, like any rainbow at the end. What is it? A pot of gold. They don't see what you had to go through behind closed doors. But you know what? It's somebody that has been watching you behind closed doors. Your ancestors, guardian angels, your guardian angels, God, Gaia. They've been watching you. Again, you may not see them, but you will feel them. Same thing when I told divine feminists. When we have to communicate, we have to do exactly what you're doing. When we communicate out loud of what we wanted to tell you guys, divine masculines, no one knows that. I'm now revealing that part of myself to you guys. I can only imagine the other divine feminists in the Akashic Records library with me right now. Most likely they're going through the same thing. They have to voice out, communicate exactly what's going on behind closed doors to themselves. And look at you now, divine masculines. You're seeing that you are now at a successful time by communicating what's been causing you stress, what's been causing you confusion, what's been causing you to feel conflicted. Even if that means you talking out loud to yourself. It may seem silly, it may seem crazy, but no one is there to call you crazy, right? No one's in your room with you. When you're doing that, you're seeing that you're going to get this energy, a resurgence of energy out of nowhere. That's God right there. That's your ancestors right there to give you that fuel, that propane, that oil, that extra battery charger. They're going to charge you up to show that you're going to be confidently accepting opportunities you are offered. You have the Midas touch right now to make anything that you want happen to happen right for you. And whatever you hold on and fight to, wow, you're going to be loyal and dedicated by how you answer the call. You're becoming your own anchor. Like any ship, like we seen a couple of days ago, divine masculines, when it comes to the ship coming in, that sail, everybody is a physical ship. You are that ship. You are that vessel, that cargo. Every ship has an anchor. Does it not? And you're becoming that anchor. You're seeing that being anchored and grounded in yourself is earthly and is exactly what you need to get you out of anything that can be trying to hold or tie you down. You're seeing that you're intelligent, you're decisive, you're idealistic. Your ideas is idealistic and you're tireless. You have the wisdom and the sword of truth to guide you on this way. Your wisdom and your truth will guide you. It's in a one accord. Events that occur with great speed, take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. Wow. You're finding creative ways to get out of conflicts right now. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, let's see what's up. Thank you. Thank you, Spice of Life. Thank you for that. Thank you for the compliment. The energy in the library is contagious. I can't get enough. Like J. Cole said, can't get enough. Can't get enough. I mean, I like the chorus. I like the whole song personally, but that line makes sense for this. I know all the masters like, hey, I like that song. I love it. Can't get enough. Like, come on, divine masculines. We know. You know, oh ho, he knows. Oh, and I don't know why I said, I didn't understand that now. Now I do. Divine masculines, as the star, you come into your own. How you used to handle situations is not how you're going to handle it now, because you're mature. You're the star. You are the person to shine bright. You are the person that knows that however you start and however you finish is going to be successful. How you used to tackle things that used to conflict you about the family life dynamic is going to be the very things that you're going to face and find real tangible solutions for. Look at that fire. 422 is 6. So you're going to have victory over this, divine masculines. When you face the things that have been causing you trouble or things that have been that felt very troublesome, you're going to see that, again, how you handle it is mature. It's not how you used to. It's like compared to, say for instance, how you handle it now. I'm looking at it two ways. When we were in our 20s, the way you're handling things now, divine masculine, is totally different. If you really sit down with yourself and think, when you were 20 years old, in this same situation, how did you handle it? You could see and feel that it's totally different. If you're, um, let's say in your 40s or in your 30s, how you used to handle it when you was in your 20s is totally different. The same thing when it comes to family life situations, or how to handle your home, or how to take care of home. How you used to look at it before when you was in your 20s is different the way you're looking at it now in your 30s and 40s. So you come into your own divine masculine, new partnerships or contracts. You're looking at some contracts, especially if it's in regards to an apartment or a home or residence. You're looking at every fine print to see what exactly are you getting for your buck, and how is your finances going to help you when it comes to your apartment too, or your place of residence. You're seeing that you're continuing to move forward because you are the star. Wow. Okay. Well, if I had now, y'all gonna put it. Okay. Okay, ancestors. Now they showed me the second song. Oh, then I know it now. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Oh, then I know now. But you're gonna know it. You're a star. Oh, then I know it now. But you're gonna learn it. You're a star. Oh yeah. Okay. So, Doesn't Matter by Janet and Prince. Yeah, definitely. Those are the two songs for you. Okay, now I got the second song for Divine Masculine. I had two songs with Divine Feminine back to back. All right, cool. So I'm gonna put that in Keykeys Doorway music playlist. So yeah, you a star. You didn't know it. You didn't know it then, but you know it now that you a star. You are the star. You are the ship. You're going to sail forward. And as you're sailing forward, Divine Masculine, again, whatever's been conflicting to you or crying over, it says things that are not turning out the way you hoped, right? When it comes to how you take care of your home, you you have time to tend to your home. So if things are not working out in the first 2 days, don't fret about it. Don't get, I mean, it's okay to fret about it. It's okay to get frustrated because we can't dismiss those feelings. But once those things subside for a minute, then you'll know, okay, what 2 ways can I tackle things right now? What are the 2 ways I can tackle? Is it out of the 5 things, what can you tackle first? So you got the home, you got your income, you got your amenities in your home, you got the location of where your home is, you got the physical, everything, like the 5 things that operate your home. What are the 2 things that you can really tackle? Start with 2. With the Divine Feminine, she started with 1 at a time. With the Divine Masculine, you could take on 2 rather than 1. 2 things out of the 5 things in your home that, or the kind of home life you want. Those 2 areas, that's the way you can actually hone in on how to make it work out for you. So that way the celebration will come. The 3 of Cups will come once you tackle the 2 things that you really need to work on. So not seeing the positive in the situation, crying over spilled milk. So if we had to cry over spilled milk, do you have a place to rest your head? Yeah. Do you have food in your belly? Yeah. Do you have clothes in your bag? Yeah. Do you have hygiene amenities where you can smell good when you step outside? Yeah. Do you have a vehicle? No. Okay, that's just an example. Rather than get upset about it, it's like, well, looking at what kind, do you need a vehicle right now? You know, is that something you really need at the moment? Can you travel to your job, or can you travel to your residence without it being a conflict? That saves you on gas money. Say you, everything is good. It's this, your home is taken care of, but maybe it's some work that you got to do with yourself, some work that you got to work on within. What are 2 aspects of yourself that you want to work on within? Is it your will, how you look at your willpower? Is it how you look at yourself and your self-esteem? Those are 2 things you can work on. Then you'll get the celebration. I'm telling you, then you'll get the celebration. By you working on those 2 things, from you just working on it. That means you put in some physical sweat, blood, and tears, like they say, to make this work. Why would you not get blessed for that? When you're doing that, divine masculines, wow, you become the. It's two kings and one queen, so you become the king of water. You see that you're trustworthy, compassionate. Look at that, respected and cultured. Look at the Ace of Cups. You got that Ace of Cups right there. Look, Ace of Cups. You know that you are, that who you are as a self is good enough. It's not even just good enough. It's wonderful. But now owning up to it, that who you are is worthy of what you want. Now that's something you may want to work on. I don't know. You know, divine masculine is what it really is. The two aspects of what it really is. So open your heart and mind to those around you, because your heart is open right now, masculines. Your heart is not closed anymore. This is my heart one. Your heart is actually open. Right now, you are tapped into your emotions. You intuitively know, masculines, what you really want to do and how you want to work it out and work at it when it comes to yourself. Listen to it and really do it. Listen to yourself. Listen to that instinct. Listen to your pineal gland. It's here for, we all as human beings have a pineal gland for a reason. If you got to research what a pineal gland can do for you and how it can benefit you, please do it. But I feel you know a little bit, but to practice it, maybe that's what it is. That's how you'll realize that your heart has been open this whole entire time, masculine. Maybe you've been, maybe your heart has been open this whole time. You just wasn't aware of it. Now you get to practice on how to make it work for you and not against you, where you feel like you have no control. Now you'll have control where it's free flowing, where you're not containing it and trying to control it. Because if we try to contain and control water, what can happen? It can become contaminated. You want it to work for you so freely that your free will is working for you, where now you're not only feeling cleansed, but you're getting the clarification at the same time. Charity work, from you doing exactly what you were doing to build your foundation, meaning getting rid of things that you don't fit. If them shoes don't fit, oh my, really, guys, y'all really y'all gotta say this now. If the gloves don't fit, it must have quit. Really? Okay. I don't want to say that, but it's kind of like a glove. You know how, okay, we going into the fall season. We all need to buy new gloves, right? Can we rock the same gloves that we used to rock? Can we put on the same boots we used to put on, divine masculines, when we know every human being grows in foot and in height and everything else? It either shrinks or expands. We're like a rubber band. So you would have to replace them, right? Rather than throw them in the trash. You seeing charity work would be somebody else hands are cold out here in the street, giving it to somebody in the street. They may not ask for it, but they'll be the first ones. Like, oh, they'll be the first ones that later on, when winter does come, they'll be the ones watching out for you and saying, divine masculine or emperor, thank you, brother. Thank you for the gloves. You do not know. I actually needed gloves, and I don't know how you knew, but I was too prideful, and I didn't have the right, whatever the case may be. Thank you for looking out for me. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Okay, thank you for clearing that up, because I felt a little off, you know. Oh, look at this. Look here. Your energy did say, look, 4 to fire to 2 of fire gives you that victory. Then we said 444 just came up just now, divine masculines. You're going to get the victory. Victory is yours when you see whatever you have to figure out when it comes to your home life, the kind of family dynamics you really want. When you start to really structure and stabilize it and see how fruitful it is, how sanctuary it is, your sanctuary, you will get the success you've been fighting for and been focusing on too. Look at that. And everybody around you, again, you may not know people watching you, but people watching you. Please look at Divine Feminine. They had similar message, okay? Victory, good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. So if you need awards to get that apartment, from you, again, being a shelter That's how I got the grant. Emergency grant to get this apartment back. I think I got a housing grant to get this apartment back where I didn't have to pay for a whole 6 months. This rebuild, So again, even going to the shelter may seem stressful, but they do have awards from you. First of all, your physical body is an attendance, right? I'm just putting it out there. Or even if you have a home, whatever you're seeing through that's successful, divine masculines, when you see it through. When your sweat, blood, and tears, you putting it into work, it's going to make you successful inside and out. You will get those awards. You will get those accolades, okay? Wow. That's what's up. So let's see what presents you got for you, divine masculines. Presents for divine masculines. Presents for divine emperor. Presents for divine emperor. Presents for divine emperor. Too much. Presents for divine emperor. When you take care of home, wow, yeah, mirror image. You get to rebuild your empire. The Greek inside of you, which is the feminine energy, is what you grow, what you want to see groom, what are you grooming into, what are you growing, what are you grounding. You being grounded right now, divine masculines, is your way of grooming yourself. The Roman side of yourself is your masculine side. You know how to make things happen by your actions. The way you groom yourself and how you take care of your home is exactly the actions it's going to look at and how you govern it. It's just like washing your car. Imagine your car is your empire, is your estate. The way you wax on, wow, they give me the Karate Kid, the 80s Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Wow, that's when you know everything will work out fine, okay? Because you are Celtic. You know that the things that, how you are making your foundation as your empire, you know that it is like a community. Your home is church to you. Just like divine feminines, when we look at our home, it's now we are now seeing that we can look at it in many ways. And one way we can concentrate on that for the next 7 days to 10 days is seeing our home as a living church. How would you want your home? Even if you don't go to church, I'm quite sure at some point in your lives, you have either got invited to go to a church, to a mosque, to a temple, some place where people in the community go to just clear the air, to get the cleansing, to get that clarification, that confirmation they've been looking for, right? Even if that's your career, the career that you love, that you go to every day to get a check, is not just for you to get a check. That's kind of like a church to you, isn't it? You go there, people commune there, right? They talk, they feel at home, they feel like what they have to share and what they have to give is helping others. Isn't that like a church? Our career is like church. So even if you say, I don't go to church, and that's, hey, everybody, we all have ways to worship. Say one way the divine masculine worships is by how they dedicate themselves going to work every day. Isn't that like going to church? Even if you don't go to church, that's pretty much the way everyday folks would look at it. Isn't that a place where you show who you are to help others? Yeah, then that's church. Jesus does say, you can find me at the rock. You can find me anywhere. Church is everywhere. Church is not just the full body. Yes, we need a physical church sometimes to remind us of why we go. But if we had to re-innovate or re-look at it, Anybody, any building that we go into is church. So divine masculine, your home is your church. Your home is your sanctuary. If it don't feel like sanctuary to you, you're cleaning that. You're cleansing that. You see that you have lessons in life to show you when you, again, everyone when we were young, we had our own room, or we had a room where we had a bed where we could go to sleep and wake up to go to school, or wake up in general, right? We had our own room, even if we had to share a room. Whatever was our part of that room, we kept a certain way. We didn't want nobody touching nothing, because we know where things is. It's kind of like that. That's like church. It's like you learn lessons in life to show you that how you keep your home is the same way how people are going to see a side of you that's more in depth. So if somebody really wants to know who you are, like in detail or more in depth where it shows emotions, your home is one way of showing that. Your car is one way of showing that. Your career is one way of showing church. And you're seeing the blessings in that. Your blessings, again, comes from how you bring people together, how you, again, the way you treat your home. You're blessing people. When they come to your house, they feel blessed. Hey, I've been blessed. They feel like that. They may not voice that to you, divine masculine, but that's how they feel. You make them, you inspire others to bring out their best self by you bringing out who you are as your best self. And whatever you felt like phobias in, where is it going to work? Is it not going to work? From us doing that, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? We're not noticing that that's another way of praying. When we have phobias, our phobias are true because it's coming from a place that subconsciously we have lived out, but we just don't know where we have experienced it. Our conscious minds knows it, but our subconscious may not. So subconsciously, you know how you want to see things through may scare you, may make you feel a certain way, like should I or should I not? When we're thinking like that, it's our way of praying, because we're going through the pros and cons. When we go through the pros and cons, that's like prayer and coming to Christ to it. We're praying and we're going to Christ about it. Even though you may not believe in Christ, but you believe in something made, energy or entity made you as a human being. That's who you're actually calling on or talking to. That's how you get the blessings. Like, even if you feel like, oh, this must be a phony to believe in faith, to have faith. This must be phony. It's not. I'm telling you, even those that have faith, I had faith and I ended up becoming little faith at one point. I thought I had a big faith and I had the faith of a mustard seed. That's the most smallest faith ever. Just like, it's like that small. Mustard seed. Mustard seed is real small. But to even have some ounce of faith, even if that means, if you're thinking being pros and cons or being up and down is not you tapping into God, it is. That's why the blessings that you're going to get along the way, divine master is going to show you that even though we don't see God, God is right here. Even though I don't see my divine masculine like you don't see your divine feminine, they right here with you. If you had to relate it to someone that you loved in your life, that passed on, is now is in the other side in the spiritual realm, when you feel stressed out or just like pissed off, when you just talk out loud, do you not think that the person that you care about that passed on is not there to hear you out right there? They are, because you know how, go back into your pineal gland and remember when you felt the way you're feeling now, phobias, not sure, when you were able to just talk it out and you didn't know, you just, even if you're not talking out loud, in your brain you're talking, in your subconscious mind you're talking, where nobody can see you talking to yourself, just in case maybe it's the parents that you may feel phobia about. Okay, that could be it, because I just choked. Thinking about it in your brain, because your mind wants to say it. So thinking about it in your brain, masculine, of of these things that could be causing stress or making you feel pressured, you thinking about it and talking it into your mind. Everything you want to think about that's been stressing you out, or it's been, again, trying to hold you down when you don't feel like doing it, you don't feel the need for it. When you talking in your subconscious mind, source is right there. Your spirit, the person that you love, that's the people that you love that's on the other side, that's on the spiritual realm, is right there. I'm quite sure you have examples of you thinking about a close friend or close family member that's passed on, and just speaking to them. If you don't believe in God, just speaking to them in your mind. Like if they were physically here, what would you have said? And it's this in your brain. Didn't blessings come to you out of nowhere? And you wondering out of nowhere? Nah, it was not out of nowhere. The person that you was thinking about was right there. You just couldn't see them, but they were right there, hearing every word, every word. And they said, I got you. And that was their way of physically looking out for you by showing you something tangible that as a human, when we feel it, see it, touch it, taste it, everything, that we know is real. That's when we like, oh, thanks. That's when we get that thanks for looking out. And we're wondering who you saying it to. Only you would know who that is, divine masculine. Let's see let's see what the angels definitely want to say at this moment. Wow. That divine masculine, as a person, the angels is right here with you. As a person, divine masculine, I'm trying to see how to make this clear for you guys. Yeah, as a divine masculine, you are showing that you're logical right now. And that if you're wondering if you're logical is just that, where it's just in the brain or just in the mind, nah, your logical side shows what you really love. You may not have the time, the opportunity to say that you love what you're being logical on, but everything that you're logical on, divine masculine, is things that you truly love, honestly. Look at that, honestly. Your logic shows the honesty. Your logic actually shows the heart of who you are. That impulsiveness that you go through, divine masculine, it doesn't need to be pushed to the side. It just needs you to really see how it can be positioned to work in your favor in a prosperity type of field. Meaning, when you're impulsive, rather than just be impulsive, look at the pulse that makes you want to be impulsive. When you are going through something that requires you to be impulsive, pause for just a second. It's just like reading a sentence. If we had to read this sentence, let's look at it. It says, challenging information, period, pause. Did it take long to pause for that minute to re-look at what can be challenging? No, let's continue. Delays or changes to plans. Pause. What is a delay to a plan? What plans do you have that could have been delayed? Okay, let's continue. Truth delivered without tact. How can you show your truth and shows the sweat, blood, and tears that you had to take to get to how you answer? Pause. Period. Did that take long? No. So you're seeing how you're having have time work for you. Even when you think of feeling, even when you go through things that are impulsive, you can still pause to see the pulse and how to keep moving. Because everything that we do, divine masculine, has a pattern. Even if we're aware of it or not, maybe you're looking at your patterns and how you handle family life, where you will start to see the patterns and how you did tackle it before. So that way, when you see how far you have grown into your own, you now can have that opportunity to compare and contrast. Wow. So, if this reading of this divine masculine expedition reading connects with you, press the like button, share, and subscribe. We will see you on the other side.